Okay guys, the moment I was recording this video, I got the news that the Raiders cut Germaine Pratt. So I stopped recording and went in through all the details and trying to analyze the situation, and I will explain to you my take on this. But what I want to start with is something Geno Smith said at his presser yesterday. When I first heard it, I thought that's a strange thing to say, and moved on. After a while, it bothered me more and more. So here we are. I'll lay out what he said in plain terms, then talk about why the comparison was bad and how Pete Carroll's Monday presser undercuts it completely. What's up, Raiders fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Raiders. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Raiders. Geno's point was basically this. I'm meeting with the guys and trying to be better for them on game day and in the huddle. This is a process. I've seen it before. Think Jared Goff going to the Lions. People care about results, but you can get good results from a bad process, and it will catch up to you. Now here's the problem. We all know the feeling of arguing with friends or family, then later in the shower thinking, I should have said that. Next time, you use the line. A lot of times people bring up a very specific point because they've been holding it. That's how this felt. Geno didn't just randomly think of Jared Goff and the Lions. It sounded like he'd been saving it to take some pressure off himself. The idea is, they started 0 to 10 in 2021 and now they're good. So we can be too. Hi, Geno. You are mistaken here. This is not the same situation, and let me tell you why. Jared Goff got to Detroit after playing in the Super Bowl and winning divisions. That's not your track record. Dan Campbell arrived the same year and people joked about him early on. Are we really lining him up with Pete Carroll, a Super Bowl winner, and this staff? Also, when Goff showed up, the roster was thin. No Jahmyr Gibbs, no Sam Laporta, no Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Jameson Williams yet. So, technically, that team was basically starting from zero. You walked into a team with Ashton Jeanty, Brock Bowers, Jakobi Meyers, Colton Miller, Maxx Crosby, a rejuvenated Jamal Adams, and a rejuvenated Devin White. Not every spot is elite, Max is. But there's a real core here. Comparing the 2019 to 2020 Lions to this roster and a first-time head coach to Pete Carroll doesn't make sense. Thinking it is one thing. Saying it into a mic as a shield is another. The only real similarity to 2020 Goff is that your old team moved on from you. Seattle moved on from you like the Rams moved on from Goff. The difference is Goff pushed through a slow start and improved. Can you do the same? We'll see. But right now, you're not Goff. He's playing like a top 7 quarterback. You're closer to the bottom. What really bothered me was holding up the Lions as an example. The Rams had to attach multiple first-round picks to move Goff's contract. Is that who you want to compare yourself to? The guy his team paid to trade away? To be fair, the Lions were right to believe in Goff, and the Rams were right to get Stafford. Both teams ended up fine, but that doesn't make your comparison a good one. Here's the biggest issue. Detroit was clearly rebuilding. They started 0 to 10. This team was not sold as a rebuild. I keep seeing it's a rebuild, but Pete Carroll literally said today, I can't believe how slow we started. We didn't come here to develop. We came here to win. If this were a real rebuild, Aidan O'Connell would have started from week 1. You wouldn't trade assets for a veteran quarterback. You'd sign someone like Mac Jones or Sam Darnold and accept the growing pains. Also, look at Seattle, the team that let you go. They're 3-2, and their quarterback looks great. So, the cleanest fact we have is this. The team that traded you away upgraded at quarterback with almost the same system and weapons, actually without DK Metcalf. So, slightly less talent, better results. And you didn't have Brock Bowers or Michael Mayer in one game, and the line was banged up against the Colts. True, the line was hurt in week 2. But you had Brock, you had Jakobi, you had enough in weeks 2 and 3, and the result was turnovers. Week 4, the full group was out there, and you threw 3 interceptions, 3 bad ones. How a player responds to hard moments matters more than how they act when everything is easy. To be fair, I haven't hated your tone at the mic overall. It's just tough to watch bad play and then hear perfect press conference answers. We're human. We roll our eyes. But it's wearing thin when, in the same presser, you say, put it all on me, offense, defense, special teams. No one is asking you to carry special teams or the defense. That sounds defensive, not accountable. People are asking why you keep putting the ball in harm's way. If you weren't turning it over, they wouldn't ask. Don't get prickly because you got an extension and the team spent a third-round pick to get you. Fans and media have every right to ask what's going on. Before we get to everything else, the Raiders moved on from Germaine Pratt, and the team also added a linebacker, Jon Rhattigan, from the Steelers' practice squad. This is a depth and special teams move. He's played a bunch of games mostly on teams, tons of snaps there, steady tackler, and a clean assignment guy. Translation: core team's body who can backfill if someone goes down on defense. Don't expect star snaps, expect cleaner units, better coverage, fewer freebies on kicks and punts. The message from the top is simple. Stop handing away the game on big back-breaking plays, blocked kicks, sudden change turnovers, and just play clean ball. Run it better than the other team. Throw it better. Win the hidden yards. I agree with the idea. The real question is whether the plan on the field actually matches that message. Back to Pratt. He didn't travel to Indy for non-injury reasons, then he was released. That's quick. He hadn't been here long, but the timing says something wasn't right. When you pair that with how some players are being used, it raises bigger questions. We've been sitting in old one-high spot drop looks and getting nickeled and dimed. 7, 8, 9 yards a pop, over and over. Modern offenses feast on that. If we roll this out against the better teams, they'll rip it. You can stack the box to choke the run, but the explosives live in the pass game. Gotta mix your shells and make quarterbacks hold the ball. There's also the alignment stuff. Maxx Crosby is being asked to live more inside or head up instead of wide, where he destroys games. That shortens his runway and lets tackles get hands on sooner. Fewer instant wins means less chaos for the quarterback. If your best player's impact dips, everything else on defense gets harder. With Pratt, the role never felt settled. He's a true stacked linebacker by trade, but we kept pulling him toward the line like an edge hybrid. If a vet doesn't love the fit and the snaps aren't clean, you feel that fast. Released after not traveling fits the bigger pattern. Miscast roles, square pegs in round holes. Personnel choices on offense haven't helped either. Dante Thornton kept getting early run even though the ball skills weren't there for the 50-50s we kept tossing him. Jack Beck finally outsnapped him and looked steadier. That switch should have happened sooner. Rookies are rookies. Let them grow. But don't force it if it's costing drives. The offensive line handling has been confusing. Jackson Powers-Johnson already looks like one of the best 5, but he sat because he didn't get a full practice week. In theory, fine. In reality, he had all of camp, he's cleared, and he's better. Play him. The still battling for RG thing next to a vet makes it feel like we're overcomplicating it. So, what does Rhattigan change? Not the ceiling, but if he cleans up 2 or 3 special teams snaps a week, better lanes, surer tackles, fewer momentum swings, that's a real edge over a month. Hidden yardage adds up. With the Titans next, expect him to dress and play teams right away.